Are you ready to dive deeper into the magical world? Join Isla and her friends as they explore new creatures, locations, and mysteries in Chapter 13 of the first book of the Midnight Murmurs series. From mischievous fairies to dark wizards, danger is around every corner. But with their newfound sense of purpose as protectors of the magical world, Isla and her friends are ready to face whatever challenges may come their way. Don't miss out on this exciting adventure. Like and subscribe to our channel, Midnight Murmurs, for more magical content. Book 1: The Secret of the Enchanted Forest. Chapter 13: Exploring the Magical World. In the land of Arcanum, magic was everywhere. It flowed through the trees, danced in the wind, and sparkled in the stars. And yet, despite their many adventures, Isla and her friends still felt like there was so much they didn't know about the magical world. So, one day, while gathered in the courtyard of Arcanum Academy, Isla made a bold suggestion. "Why don't we start exploring more of the magical world on our own?" she asked, a spark of excitement in her eyes. "We could discover new creatures, uncover mysteries, and maybe even find new allies." The rest of the group exchanged glances, each feeling a sense of purpose in their role as protectors of the magical world. And so, with a nod of agreement, they set off on their next adventure. Their first stop was a hidden underground cave system, rumored to be full of glowing crystals and unique creatures. As they made their way through the winding tunnels, they marveled at the rainbow of colors that danced across the walls. And then, they saw them creatures they had never seen before. They were small, with iridescent wings and bodies that shimmered in the dim light. "Fairies," whispered Isla, in awe. But before they could get too close, the fairies darted away, giggling mischievously. And so, the group found themselves on a wild goose chase through the forest, following the fairies' trail of laughter and light. Eventually, they came to a stop in front of a mysterious old book, covered in dust and cobwebs. As they opened it, they felt a strange energy pulsing through its pages. And then, without warning, the book seemed to come alive, leading them on a dangerous quest through the magical world. Along the way, they encountered a group of dark wizards, plotting to steal an ancient artifact that could unleash a powerful curse. It was a perilous battle, but the group emerged victorious, thanks to their courage and quick thinking. But there was more to discover, more to learn. And so, they returned to Arcanum Academy, where they met a new student with a unique magical talent. She was shy at first, but quickly proved to be a valuable ally in their adventures. And yet, as they walked the halls of the academy, they couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. A mysterious figure seemed to lurk in the shadows, always just out of sight. The threat of the dangerous force still loomed, but Isla and her friends were more determined than ever to protect the magical world. They continued to expand their knowledge and skills, uncovering new mysteries and making new allies along the way. And with each adventure, they grew stronger, more confident, and more united in their cause. As Isla and her friends journeyed deeper into the magical world, they were filled with excitement and anticipation. They had already encountered a plethora of magical creatures and locations, but they knew there was so much more to discover. Their first discovery was a hidden underground cave system, which they stumbled upon during a hike in the mountains. The entrance was concealed by a waterfall, but they were able to use their magical abilities to reveal the secret passage. As they descended deeper into the cave system, they were amazed by the sight of glowing crystals that illuminated the entire cavern. They soon realized that they were not alone in the cave, as they encountered several unique creatures that they had never seen before. There were large furry beasts with 6 legs, tiny insects that emitted bright flashes of light, and even a small dragon that breathed out a stream of glittering sparks. Despite their initial fear, Isla and her friends quickly realized that the creatures were friendly and curious. They spent hours exploring the cave system, marveling at the wonders they had discovered and forming bonds with the creatures they met. Their next adventure was initiated by a group of mischievous fairies, who led them on a wild goose chase through the forest. The fairies seemed to enjoy playing tricks on the group, leading them in circles and making them chase after illusions. However, after several hours of chasing, the fairies finally revealed their true intentions. They had been leading Isla and her friends to a secret meadow, where they were able to witness a beautiful display of fairy magic. Despite the joy and wonder that they experienced in their explorations, Isla and her friends knew that danger lurked around every corner. They stumbled upon a mysterious old book that seemed to have a mind of its own, as it led them on a dangerous quest to recover a powerful artifact that was said to be cursed. The book contained cryptic messages and riddles that led them on a perilous journey through dangerous forests, treacherous mountains, and dark underground caverns. Their journey led them to a confrontation with a group of dark wizards who were plotting to steal the artifact for their own nefarious purposes. Isla and her friends were able to thwart the wizards' plans, but they knew that they could not let their guard down, as there were always new dangers lurking in the shadows. In their explorations, Isla and her friends also encountered several new characters. They met a new student at Arcanum Academy who had a unique magical talent that could prove valuable in their future adventures. They also encountered a mysterious figure who seemed to be watching them, but they were unable to determine whether this person was friend or foe. As they continued to expand their knowledge and skills in the magical world, Isla and her friends knew that they had a responsibility to protect the magical world from the dangerous force that still loomed in the distance. They were determined to stay vigilant and prepared for whatever came their way, as they continued on their journey of exploration and discovery. As Isla and her friends explored the magical world, they were constantly amazed by the new creatures and locations they discovered. One day, they stumbled upon a hidden underground cave system filled with glowing crystals and strange creatures they had never seen before. The air was damp and cool, and the sound of trickling water echoed through the cavern. As they explored deeper into the caves, they encountered a group of friendly creatures who welcomed them warmly. These creatures had long, slimy bodies and glistening eyes that shone in the dim light. They seemed to be guardians of the crystal cavern and warned Isla and her friends to be careful of the mischievous fairies who lived in the forest above. Determined to explore more of the magical world, the group ventured into the forest, where they encountered a group of fairies. The fairies led them on a wild goose chase through the trees, giggling mischievously as they went. It was all in good fun, but the fairies warned Isla and her friends of the dangers that lurked ahead. The group soon stumbled upon a mysterious old book, which seemed to have a mind of its own. The book led them on a dangerous quest, forcing them to face their fears and push their limits. Along the way, they encountered a group of dark wizards who were plotting to steal an ancient artifact that could unleash a powerful curse upon the magical world. Despite the danger, Isla and her friends continued to explore and learn more about the magical world. They met a new student at Arcanum Academy who had a unique magical talent and who quickly became a potential ally in their future adventures. They also encountered a mysterious figure who seemed to be watching them and who may play a role in the upcoming danger. As they continued their journey, Isla and her friends knew that they had a purpose in the magical world. They were protectors, guardians, and explorers, and they were determined to do whatever it takes to keep the magical world safe. The threat of the dangerous force still loomed, but they were prepared and ready for whatever came next. As Isla and her friends continued to explore the magical world, they come across a new student at Arcanum Academy. Her name is Isla, and she has a unique magical talent for communicating with animals. She is shy and reserved at first, but as they get to know her, they discover that she is a kind and loyal friend. Isla is fascinated by the group's adventures and offers to join them on their next expedition. They eagerly accept her offer, knowing that her unique skills will be valuable in their quest to protect the magical world. As they continue on their journey, they also come across a mysterious figure who seems to be watching them from afar. They cannot make out who it is, but they get the sense that this person may have important information or may even be a potential ally. Despite the excitement of meeting new characters, Isla and her friends are also faced with new dangers. They stumble upon a dark wizard's plot to steal an ancient artifact that could unleash a powerful curse on the magical world. They know that they must stop the wizard at all costs and set out on a dangerous quest to retrieve the artifact before it's too late. The group is also still haunted by the mysterious old book they found. It seems to have a mind of its own and is leading them on a dangerous path. They cannot shake the feeling that they are being manipulated by the book and must figure out its true intentions before it's too late. As they navigate these new challenges and encounters, Isla and her friends know that they must stay vigilant and prepared for whatever comes next. They are determined to protect the magical world and its inhabitants, no matter the cost. With the addition of new characters and potential allies, they feel more equipped than ever to face the danger that lies ahead. As Isla and her friends set out to explore more of the magical world on their own, they had no idea what wonders and dangers they would encounter. In their quest to protect the magical world, they stumbled upon new magical creatures and locations that they never knew existed. One day, they found a hidden underground cave system filled with glowing crystals and unique creatures. They were in awe of the beauty and mystique of this place and marveled at the creatures that lived there. They also encountered a group of mischievous fairies who led them on a wild goose chase through the forest, teaching them the importance of being alert and adaptable in the magical world. As they continued to explore, they stumbled upon a mysterious old book that seemed to have a mind of its own. It led them on a dangerous quest, forcing them to confront their fears and test their limits. They also encountered a group of dark wizards who were plotting to steal an ancient artifact that could unleash a powerful curse upon the magical world. The group knew they had to act fast to prevent this from happening. In their adventures, they also met new characters, including a new student at Arcanum Academy who had a unique magical talent and became a potential ally in future adventures. They also encountered a mysterious figure who seemed to be watching them, adding to the intrigue and potential danger they faced. Through it all, Isla and her friends continued to expand their knowledge and skills in the magical world. They learned the importance of staying vigilant and prepared for whatever challenges may come their way. They knew that the threat of the dangerous force still loomed and that they had to stay on guard. As they looked towards the future, they knew that their adventures in the magical world were far from over. They had much more to discover and much more to protect. But with each challenge they faced, they grew stronger and more confident in their abilities. The magical world was full of wonder and danger, and they were determined to be its protectors. Thanks for watching Midnight Murmurs. We hope you enjoyed Chapter 13 of the first book in this exciting 7-book series. Isla and her friends are on a thrilling adventure, exploring the magical world and encountering new creatures, locations, and dangers. Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel to follow their journey and stay tuned for more exciting updates.